Hey guys, I'm not here today, so I decided to leave your instructions and your lesson on here. First few slides are for 2A, and substitute, if you would please stop it at the appropriate times, then resume at the appropriate times. I'd appreciate that. So 2A, here's your pre-class. Which is better, brains or brawn? Explain your answer. Sub, please pause right now. Let everyone write into their notebooks in the pre-class. And today's Friday, so they'll be turning those in. Please double check that your names are on them. If you would hit pause now, please. Alright, I would like a few people to share their answers. Which is better, brains or brawn? So, Sub, if you would please call on a few people, have them share their answer, and then when they're done, continue playing this video. Alright, so wild guess today, obviously we're talking about brains and brawn. For Greece, obviously Athens would be the brains. Sparta would be the brawn. Alright, so here's our agenda. You guys are going to be watching a video on Edpuzzle. You're going to go to edpuzzle.com and watch the video. Last time we did this was South America. So it's been about a month since you watched a video on Edpuzzle. If you need the login information, there it is. But you should just log in by clicking Google. So you go to edpuzzle.com, click login with Google. You should be good. What you'll see when you're all logged in is the top video there called Peloponnesian War, second version. That's what you're going to be watching today. When you finish up with that video, you've got a couple of choices. Next class, we're going to have a pre-quiz for our standard. So I'd highly recommend studying a little bit for that. Make sure your notes are organized, all that stuff. If you want to quiz someone else in the class, you're welcome to do that. Your Odyssey stuff is due in less than a month. You're down to just about 3 weeks. So you might want to be working on that as well. So those are your options once you finish with the video. So, Sub, this is where you're going to stop it. Everyone's going to go into Edpuzzle. Go into Edpuzzle. They're going to watch that video, take some notes. I have headphones in. I'll leave them on my desk. So there'll be a bag of headphones on my desk. Students can use them as long as they get returned. Students can also share if someone's missing their laptop. When they're done with that, move on to the next part of the agenda, the Odyssey stuff or studying for the quiz. Please hit pause and resume this again during third period. Hey, third period. So I'm not here today. So here is your pre-class. Describe what makes a good story. So substitute, please hit pause as soon as I'm done talking so that everyone can write their answer in their pre-class notebooks and then have a bunch of people share. I'd like to have at least one person from each table share their answer. Alright, now that you've shared your answer, so here's our schedule for today, our agenda. You're going to be reading some pages in the textbook, specifically the section called Culture in the Feudal Age. So you will need your textbook. In groups, you're going to discuss it after you're done reading. What's important? What should you take away from that? What might Mr. McLaughlin put on a quiz at the end of this unit? Also, in Schoology, there's a document that you're going to read called Rashomon and Other Stories by Okutogawa. Each table will read a different story, and each person at each table has a different role. One person will be the summarizer. Remember, summary is a short explanation. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. That's it. If you're talking for 10 minutes, it's not a summary. One person is going to share the group's guesses. If you remember back when you took my class, every time we read a myth, we made easy guesses and hard guesses about the culture. Easy guesses, those are, you can point to the word and say, right there, I see the word spear. They had spears. Your hard guesses, those are your inferences. What's valuable to these people? Are men and women equal, or is one treated better than the other? Any guesses you can make about religion, things like that, your inferences. So one person's job is to share what you guys come up with for that. And one person's job is to share your group's thoughts, your reactions, your conversations. What did you guys talk about? What did you think about the story? Then, when that's all done, you're going to watch a video. The link is right below the reading. So when you go to Schoology, you'll click on Feudal Japan Unit 3. You click on the materials, and right here at the very top, that's the reading. When you open it up, it's a PDF file. I do have one paper copy, which I'll try to remember to leave on my desk, just in case someone forgot their computer or it's not charged. Inside the PDF or this paper file, you'll see that there are a few choices on short stories. You're only going to pick one, but each group needs to pick a different one. So substitute, if you'd please help them when time comes to pick different stories. So substitute, if you'd please pause at this point, have everyone open up their textbooks to page 264, 265, read the section, discuss, share out, and then when they're done with that, click resume. Alright, so you're done reading the textbook. Next part is the Rashomon stories. So you're going to have a few choices there. The first one is a bit confusing. It's called In a Grove. It's a story told from several different people's point of view of what they think happened. Alright, so substitute, if you'd please help the different groups to come up with who's reading which story in the book, or the PDF in this case. And when they're done with that, please resume the video. Alright, so you're done with the Rashomon. Cool. I'm going to give you some new words. And when you're done with that, if there's any class time left, you're going to watch the video link. That'll be right below your reading. If you've run out of class time, then that video is your homework. So here are your words. We're learning the countries. You've got America, pronounced America. 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 Canada, Canada. Canada. Mexico, Mexico. 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 Russia, Russia. 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 Australia is kind of a interesting one. So here's why Australia is kind of a little different. Remember how I told you sometimes the U is silent in words, like deska? In Australia, the U is silent. So it's o, ost, no U, st, ostu, osto, osto, da, dia, ostodadia, ostodadia. Sounds very similar to Australia. Australia. South Korea, Kankoku. Kankoku. China, Chugoku. Chugoku. France, Fudansu. Fudansu. If you could kind of take an F and an H and squish them together. Fudansu. Germany, Doitsu. 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 Thailand is Jin. 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 India is Indu. 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 Burma, Biduma. 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 Now, I had to actually ask one of my Japanese language teachers about this one. So for Hmong people, he had to check because he wasn't familiar with Hmong. And then the answer he gave to is they still had the Chinese word for Hmong, miao. So right now it's still miao. Miao zoku, because you're referring to a culture rather than a country. So hopefully it'll change from miao to Hmong in the future. But right now it's miao zoku. Karen would be Karen zoku. Karen zoku. Those are your countries and a couple of cultures. So if it's culture, you add zoku on the end. Those are your words. So at this point now, go and you watch that video, either as homework or in class. And that's it for today. I will post a post-class for you though. Ato kurasu. Ato kurasu will be sometime online. I'm not sure when I'll get it there.